Okay.
Okay.
Chris,
do you want to give me access to the screen as well?
Yeah. Just a quick intro for our YouTubers. Hello, YouTubers. This is the third part of Automation for the People, part 3, the final part of the Cypress demo by Ken Fulton, and we're going to go into Q&A afterwards. And I shall hand back to Mr. Fulton now. Give me one moment.
Cheers, Chris.
Oh, you're welcome. Just for you. You should have access now.
Yeah, I do. Let me just select my screens. I want.
Lovely hair.
Cheers, buddy. I always try my best. I'll grab you as well. I don't know why I'm going to grab you. All right. So, I'm just trying to think where I was up to then. All right. So, yeah. So this one, what happened was it failed because it was a class within a class, and a simple way to get around that is by going to the class which is the master class. Find out which one you want. So we use the EQ equals 0. We want the first one on the list, and then within that we want to try and find the class name that sits within there. We don't need an EQ on this, even though that this class name is all the way through that list. We don't need to find a certain specific version of that, because what we've done is we've gone to the first class name, which is great, right here, first class name. Within that class name is only that one class name. So we're just selecting that one. If there was a reason why there'd be multiple class names of the same within a class, then we'd have the other EQ find 0 or 1 or 2, whatever. But for this example, it's just like find the master class name. We want the first one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find that class name under it. And you know something? We're going to click it. And then we run it, which is this one, I think. Oh, this one. I'm hoping. There you go. It's found it. It's loading up. Hey, there we go. We're on the meetup page.
We can't see the browser.
Oh, I hate this. Oh, give me a second. New share the screen there. You know, so I'm going to stop it. I'm going to rerun it again. You're gonna have to watch it again. I've watched this. I'm going to watch it again. So it's found the one we're looking for. There we go. And there we go. On meetup. It's selected the first one. It runs a lot faster the next time you run it. I don't know what it's doing now. So there we go. Found the first one. Lovely face. So that's the first one done. So I've just shown you how to find a class name with a class name. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to Cypress. Chris, I'm back on Cypress, aren't I?
Yep.
All right, that's great. And what we're going to do, we're going to do the final failure. I'm going to show you something else why it fails. I'm going to run this one. And it's running. And you can see this, can't you?
Indeed, we can.
Thank you. Oh, there we go. Something's failed. That's new. Doesn't exist. Oh, that's cool. It looks like the class name has changed while we've been doing this. Let's try that again. That's quite cool. No. Oh wow. Wait with me 1 second. I think I know why it's failing. Ah, there we go. So why it was just failing then was that it weren't popping up with the cookie agree, you know. So it was just saying, well, we can't find this class name because it doesn't exist on the page. So it was blowing up. That's really random. You will get shit like that when it comes down to cookies and banners and things like that. Like this one down here, it might not show, might show. We don't know. Quite random. But as you can see, we've come into here. and it's going to fail. There we go. That's what we want. So why this failed was we're looking for something on the page called QA Beginners Club, QC Beginners Club. So Chris, have we got a QC Beginners Club on the site?
I don't think we do.
No, we don't, because I programmed it to fail that way, which is great. So what I'm trying to do right now with this test is I'm trying to prove that this piece of text exists on the page. Oh, hello. I don't know, was that me? Was I
I'll sort out.
All right. All right. So what I'm trying to do on this page when we've loaded it up is confirm that this bit of text QA Beginner Club shows. The test I've written is saying QC Beginners Club. So I know it's going to fail because it's the wrong text. So if we have a look back at the test that we've run just then, we're looking for Cypress. We're telling it to get a class name called this, monster of a class name. But if companies want to have class names that are huge, it's down to them. It's how we handle it. And we're telling it, does it contain this QCB Beginners Club? We know it doesn't because we've just seen it then. So our final test of what we've written is Cypress, get the class name. Does it contain QA Beginners Club? Now, if I rerun this again with the correct one, it'll probably fail again, knowing me, my luck. No, I'm kidding, it's going to work. There we go. Test has passed. We're looking for this. If you have a look up over here in the top right, at the very top, QA Beginners Club, it's highlighted it straight away, and it's gone. It does contain that. So it's shown us straight away that it does contain what we want. Where the other one was saying, we found the actual element, but it doesn't contain what you've asked for. So it's failed for us on that one, but now it's worked fine. So this is the very basics of how you can set something up as a test. With Cypress itself, as you can see, it's a really powerful tool of what we've got. It runs it through its own little separate browser. It shows you everything on the page. You can actually delve in, click on anything, look at this, this element. Click on this element. What else? Well, maybe it's not going to work then. It is a powerful tool sometimes. There we go. So it tells you here what you can actually pick from it. It's telling you it's a class name. Click on this one. It's telling you that it's a group name class name. Join this group. Click on that. It's an actual ID. So we've got an ID this time. So it's a hashtag. So it's a very powerful tool. You can build up your tests as you go along as well. Now, another good thing about this is the steps. When you write tests, it will show you the tests as they run. And it will say, right now, first test, I've gone to Google. Next test, I'm looking for IDs. If you look at the bottom side of it, you've got custom and agree. They're highlighted right now. So that means that both of them are the same class names. But we want the second one. So we want that one. And then the next step is, I'm going to click it. Let's click it. How great is that? And it shows you the before and after. Before, I've not clicked it. After, when I click it, it buggers off and we've got the proper screen on there. Then it will show you, we're going to get this section. We're going to enter QABC. It's showing you entering it as it goes along. And then it's submitting a form for us. And then it'll show you the page loading. So it shows you all the steps as it goes along. Loaded the page. Yeah, I don't know why that popped up there. That's a bit of a weird one. I think that's I found a bit of an issue today with this, is that if you go between cross domains, it'll throw a little bit of a fit. But if you're working internally, it should work fine. It's only because we've gone from google.co.uk to meetup.com. It's got a little bit of a hissy fit on that. So just keep an eye on that one. But if you're using internal applications, it'll work fine. It should work fine. So with this one, what it does, it's QA Beginners Club. It's looking for this class name of TF2CXC. It's finding the first one, which is that one. Then it's finding the class name, which is this. So the only reason that on this one, 0, we didn't click it, is that the entire component itself is there. It's not clickable. You have to click within the component. It's a bit of a weird. Okay. So what we've done with it, sorry. Thank you. So what
You're
we've
welcome.
done there is we've got into a component, we've found an element within that component, and then we've clicked on it. So as you can see, we've clicked it, and then it'll load the page up for us. It's showing you what the new URL is. So at the top, then it's trying to find the class name with group home header, group name link, massive, awful class name, by the way, but it's up there, you can see it. And then it's saying, does it contain this text? And it does. This tool is very powerful for a beginner. It's really good to see that and how it works. So if you get a chance, try and pick it up, try and, get into it, because for getting into automation, you may not have developer skills, but you can pick things up from this. That's going to help quite a lot. And what I'll do with this, I'll send out the final code to people so they can see how I've written it, and then you can take it from there. So yeah, that's mine. I'm sorry I've waffled on for like nearly an hour. Geez, I didn't think I could talk that long. But yeah, I've talked about an hour.
I can.
Shoot your face. So let me have a quick look at the questions, what we've got.
I think one came in from, so I don't know your first name, R. Waller, unless that one's already been discussed already.
So that's, something that's actually a really good point. I do believe there's an IDE that you can get to plug into it where you can record your steps as you go along. Don't quote me on that, but I've seen it in the past where you can actually do that. I'm not too sure though. So let me have a look into that for you and I'll come back to you. Is that okay? Yeah, finding class names. Yeah, if the class name does change, your test will fail. So for the likes of Google, it is a massive online company that deals with search results. So the class names probably will change quite a lot. When I saw them, when I was writing this test, I was like, this is going to fail straight away, because they could change on a build, they can change on, a new session that comes in, it could change the actual class names. However, if you're working internally with a company, you could work with your developers to actually input a section called test data that you can hook into for class names and things like that. So there's a way around that, but it's how it works. So depends on your company, you might have to change class names. And if it does change class names and the test fails, give your developers a kick in the ass and ask them to update them. That's the way I say it. All right, so that was Postman. Andy, with YouTube video tutorials, to be honest, I'm going to be really truthful. If you just search Cypress iOS, there's a load of tutorials there for what you're looking for. There is quite a lot. I still do that right now. I still pop in every now and then, pick little things up, and I write tests to it as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things in there. That's for tutorials. For videos, I don't know, because I pick up the tutorials, there's so many of them, but I'm sure there is some stuff out there for you. But yeah, have a quick look into that as well. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through. Is that Sam White? Yeah, the DOM snapshot, it's really good. It's really good. You know what might be really good? I'm hoping when they go forward in the future that you can actually save some of the snapshots. So in case something fails and you're trying to work on it, it saves it to a certain part. I've done that with Visual Studios, where it was a plugin for IntelliJ where what it would do, every single test it ran, it would do an output of the clicks that you've done. And it was really good. And I'm hoping that they have one of those ones where you can save files and always go back to it. But yeah, the snapshot feature, really good, really amazing. Oh, I don't know. I just share something then.
I did.
Okay. I guess we're done then, Chris.
Oh, carry on.
I don't know. Can't see anything. Sorry, that's me. You've just thrown me off me thing now.
It's all part of the plan.
Yeah, I thought so. Wait there. Let me just, before you run off. Right, let's see. Oh, no, Udemy course. I'll have to have a look at that, Dean. Thanks for putting them in there as well. All right, cool. Yeah, no, I think that's me done. If you get any other questions, I'm always on Slack. Just give me a shout.
And I've put the link into this chat channel to our actual Slack channel. So it's free invite. You don't need to request any permissions. You can just join straight away.
Yeah. I think for me, that's about it. If anyone wants to just ask me any questions or just want to shout out to me, get me on Slack. I'm on the actual QABC Slack channel. You'll find me in there. Just send me any message that you want. And I'm more than happy to, answer when I can. But thanks a lot. I'm sorry it took so long. Sorry.
It's fine. Again, these things happen. It's been the adventure.
Really has. It's been good.
Cool. If no one's got any more questions, I'll give the opportunity now to put them into the chat, or even if Phil, please come off mute and ask away.
Do you guys use Cypress code, Ken?
Actually, yeah, we do. We've just completed a project with one of our clients, and we actually set up quite a few. It was a front end heavy website that we done with different types of scenarios, and we actually done Cypress tests all the way through it. And best thing was he failed when he wanted to fail. It was great. It actually proven that something had gone wrong, and it gave the developers a little bit of kick in the ass, and he actually fixed them straight away. I work with a lot of really talented developers, and to see them jump on automation tests, wanting to write them out and fix them straight away, it's great. It is really good. But yeah, I use it quite a lot where I am, and I always, it's a very quick, good, easy start for people trying to get into automation, and it can get picked up by any company. It really can. There's no excuse why not to use something like this when it's free.
Exactly. Okay, with that awkward silence, no one. I haven't got a gift for like a tumbleweed or anything I could get in time. Yeah.
To be honest, I think once massive lockdown is open, we can finally meet face to face. It's going to be different. We're all going to be able to be in the same room. We're going to be able to have a bit of a mingling session and chat with each other.
Yeah,
and it'd be nice to get back to that, And I think it's been great for what Chris has done the past 2 years of, especially this last year where he's kept this going. And it's really good. Thank you for doing this, Chris. And
no, you're very welcome.
That we've got a lovely little communion going.
Thank you. I mean, since this year, since sort of last year as well, especially with lockdown, this is something I've actually sort of really look forward to as well. I mean, I consider myself a mid-level tester, but I just find these sessions sort of really fruitful, and I'm learning something, and learning something from each session as well. So thank you. I mean, I'm looking forward, where possible, to meeting a lot of you people, shaking hands with everyone, and just sort of promising to bring some sort of cakes and stuff like that as well.
Oh yeah, you keep promising that. Whoa.
Yeah.
It sounds like people are also excited as well by that. I mean, fair.
Yeah. Cake sound good. Cake sounds good. So hopefully, over the next few months, we will organise our a reunion of face to face. So we'll have to wait until the middle of next month, and then we can start deciding what's the next steps, because it'd be great to actually meet people face to face.
Exactly.
It's difficult doing these over video calls, and it'd be nice to actually have a sit down talk with people. And I know it's difficult coming up with questions at certain times because it seems like a bit of a rush, but face to face is completely different. So I'm looking forward to the next couple of months.
Same here. I can't wait to start doing the live presentations again and doing the agile games that we used to do.
Loads of them.
Oh, can't wait. Can't wait to do my API presentation again. That's the one I've really been looking forward to doing. It's like trying to figure out how I can do it live, like on stream, but it's just not the same.
No. So for me, thanks for listening to me. I waffled on for over an hour. Thank you for your patience, and have a good week. Enjoy the sun while it's here, because it's going to rain on the weekend.
Exactly.
Have some fun.
Cool. If we're all done, as Ken rightly said.
That's great. Thanks very much for that. Enjoyed that.
Cheers, folks.
Cheers, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Look after yourself.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You too.
Cheers.
Be safe.